Hey everyone, sorry, you're gonna have to look at both my chins for this video. Hope you guys are going well. I'm gonna try and move this up. We haven't done one of these in a while. Drives with Jack. I don't know if the OGs will probably remember, but if you're new to the channel, probably not. Look, I think this was a good chance for me to talk about some stuff, because if you guys didn't know, a couple of days ago I turned 27. It was my birthday, and look, a lot of people out there think that when you're past 21, 22, even, 25, you start getting into your 30s, people think that that's finished. People think that life is like over. If you don't have anything figured out, that's it. Like, your chances come and gone. And I just want to talk a bit about that because I think it's very important. And I don't think many people talk about it. I don't think many people talk about age, talk about having everything figured out. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what it was like for me. It probably still is like this. But I'm going to talk a little bit about what it was like for me growing up, and sort of I guess you could call it the stigma, the expectations when you were growing up from, as a teenager, 17, 18, when you finished high school. Back when I graduated, I think it still is like this, by the way. And I don't like it because it puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on people. But when I was graduating high school, 17, 18, I was quite lucky, okay? Because my parents said to me, look, you don't have to have everything figured out. When I was younger, 14, 15, they said, okay, you need to go to university, you need to study, you need to do something, right? But as I got older, I started realizing in myself, coming up to 17, 18, that I didn't want to go to university. I didn't want to study, do the normal kind of thing that a lot of people did, because the stigma was to graduate high school and then go and study something at university. And I just never really had something that I wanted to do, and I always knew that I wasn't going to go to university. Like, deep down, I couldn't see myself going to university. And I was very thankful, because my parents were quite understanding at the time. They just said to me, look, if you don't study, then you need to go and work. You need to find a job, right? I was very fortunate enough, because as a teenager I was a little bit lazy. I had a lot to learn in that sense, but I was very lucky because my dad had his own business, and he had some side jobs for me that he got me to do, and he basically forced me to work, get up early, be at a certain job site, and do stuff, early in the morning. And, it allowed me to not be lazy, or forced me to not be lazy and get up and do something. So I thought, and that pushed me to the point of, okay, I need to go get a job and do this, blah, blah, blah. This video isn't about my backstory. The main point in this video is that back then I didn't have everything figured out. The stigma was you had to have everything figured out by 17, 18. As soon as you got out of high school, you needed to have a career in mind, and you needed to go for it. Otherwise, you're going to be left in the dirt. And the classic saying was, oh, you'll end up getting a job at Macca's, which the funny thing is that getting a job at Macca's isn't even that bad. You learn a lot of skills. Like, I haven't worked at Macca's before, but you get a lot of skills. You learn leadership, you learn time management, you learn how to work in pace. It's like learn how to work in a team. It's really things like that it's not really that bad. But that was just the saying back then. When I grew up, it's like, you better find out what you want to do, or you're going to end up working at Macca's, which is pretty funny, because a job at Macca's is not even that bad for you. I didn't have everything figured out. My friends didn't have everything figured out. And you're not meant to have everything figured out, okay? I still don't have everything figured out. I'm far from it. Right? I think that the belief of, you're going to have everything figured out by the time you're 40, 50 is false. It's not true. Like, I don't think anyone has everything figured out. What do you need figured out? It's like, yeah, you're going to have some more direction of what you want to do in terms of work. Most likely you're going to, hopefully be more financially stable by the time you're 40, 50, right? But most of the people that I've met and people that I know now, 40, 50, 60, whatever, they don't have all aspects of their life figured out. No one does. Okay? I don't. I'm working on it. It's like, but you're never going to be this completely figured out person that just knows everything about their life and everything's sweet. It doesn't work like that. And I think it's good that it doesn't work like that. You know, you shouldn't have that expectation. So I think what inspired me to make this video and have me ramble on is the fact that I turned 27, and it made me think back to when I was 17, 18, and I thought I was going to be so many different things. You know, when I was 15, I thought I was going to go into IT. When I was 16, 17, I thought I was going to be a personal trainer, and then I ended up falling into what I'm doing now. You know, I ended up going into online selling, and then teaching people online, you know, online education. And then, if I'm being completely honest, when I'm older, you know, say 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, I most likely won't be doing what I'm doing now. I might still be doing online business, but a completely different business, because I don't see myself doing online education and online selling forever, you know, not for the rest of my time. And that's just me. It's like, I'm going to try and be good at it. I'm going to try and push as much as I can with the business that I have now, still help people, you know, doing what I'm doing, like posting this content online, just my thoughts and whatnot. But I think that I'm not going to be doing it forever, and that's okay. You don't have to be stuck in one thing forever. Another thing that I don't understand is that a lot of people are under the impression, or a lot of people are forced to think that once you choose something, you have to stick with it forever. Even if you don't like it, you got to stick with it and be good at it. It's like, no, you don't have to. You really don't have to. Okay, I know a lot of people who have been successful at one thing and then they completely swap and change, do something else. Okay, I'm probably going to do that later down the track. Go in a completely different avenue. Don't be surprised if you see me 5-10 years down the road and I'm in a completely different avenue, killing it there. It's like, why? Because I changed my mind. I want to do something else. There's something new that I want to fulfill. Why does that matter? Okay, a lot of people are scared at the fact that if they change their mind and do something else, a lot of people are going to sit back and judge them and think, well, obviously he's failed at that, or obviously he was shit at it and he didn't do well. That's why he's changed. It's like, bro, people are going to say that anyway. So who cares? Do what you want to do, okay? What I'm going to do is what I feel like doing at that point in time, what's going to make me happy, okay? I can tell you right now that for me, like I said earlier, I'm not going to be selling courses forever or doing online education, teaching about Amazon FBA and dropshipping. I'm not going to be doing that forever. I don't want to. I like it right now. It's great. I love meeting people. I love being able to talk with them online. I love being able to help people. That's great. I think that part of it's always going to stay there. And whichever avenue I go into, I'm going to be helping people. But the reason that I'm saying is that don't be scared to change your mind. Don't think you have to have everything figured out, okay? So if this video helps at least one person, just to really, just to let you know, okay? I just want to let you know, if you're watching this and you're really stuck on what you want to do and you think that you have to have everything figured out. I wanted to do about 5 different other things before I started doing online e-commerce, right? I wanted to do so many other things, and I thought I was going to be an online personal trainer. And then that doing online personal training or starting to get into it led me to online e-commerce selling, right? Online teaching, online education as well. So I changed my mind multiple times, and I'll probably change my mind a lot more when I'm older. So if you are watching this and you are stuck on what to do and you think that you need to have everything figured out and stick to one thing, you don't. You need to work hard. That's one thing that's never going to change. You always need to work hard. Don't expect things to just happen overnight. I've been running my businesses for 4 years or so now, since mid-2018. Be about 4 years later this month, and hasn't been easy, right? I took a lot of risk, and I love it. That's the main thing. And then there's going to be a time where I'm going to want to change that. Okay, so don't be scared to change your mind. Don't be scared to try something new. You don't have to have everything figured out, and don't worry about what other people say about it. I had a lot of people say that they were making fun of me, you know, call me Mr. Entrepreneur. When I was first starting, you know, people saying, you know, how's the business going, like jokingly. And where are these people today? Who knows? They're not here, that's for sure. They don't say anything anymore. As soon as you start actually, you know, creating some success for yourself, they disappear, which is the funny thing. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that video there, guys, because I am here. I'm actually gonna play tennis with my dad. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching. I hope this helped. If it helped at least one person, then I'm happy with that. But stay safe, guys, and I want to do more of these. This is fun. I'll get a better spot for my phone. I'll put it on the dash somewhere on the windshield or whatever. But hope you guys are doing well, staying safe wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.